Steelers Nation, what's happening? Welcome back to your ultimate destination for everything black and gold. Before we dive into today's hot topics, let's take a second to appreciate one thing. This team is always grinding, evolving, tweaking, never standing still in its quest for that elusive 7th Lombardi trophy. And trust me, there's a lot to talk about. Quarterback whispers, contract chess games, and some eyebrow-raising remarks from ownership that have fans buzzing. So if you're riding with us through every twist and turn of this wild offseason, punch that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single update. Let's grow this community and get ready to storm into another title run. Now onto the big stuff. We've got a situation brewing that no Steelers fan can afford to ignore. And yeah, it centers around the defensive anchor, TJ Watt. Steelers insider Brian Batko dropped a nugget this week that has everyone talking. There's chatter that Watt might consider a holdout if a new contract isn't reached soon. That's not smoke. It's a potential fire. Remember, this is the same guy who in 2021 attended training camp but refused to take reps until his deal got finalized. The infamous hold-in. Smart, calculated, and drama-free. But here we are again. Watt's current contract is nearing its final stretch, and if an extension doesn't materialize soon, we could be in for a repeat, or worse, a full-blown absence. Make no mistake, Watt is the heart of this defense, the pulse, the nightmare every opposing OC tries and fails to scheme against. Letting him hit the open market, that's not an option. The clock's ticking and it's Pittsburgh's move now. But wait, there's more. George Pickens, the enigma, the talent, the wild card. Batko didn't stop at Watt. He mentioned Pickens too, who's also in the final year of his rookie deal. But here's the difference. No extension talk, not even a whisper. Why? 2 words, maturity concerns. Pickens has that it factor on the field, highlight reel grabs, physical dominance, swagger for days. But off the field, social media dust-ups, sideline flare-ups, and more than a few questionable moments. Add to that the recent arrival of DK Metcalf, who came in and immediately got paid, and it sends a message. The Steelers may not view Pickens as their long-term WR1. So now the spotlight's on George. He could show up, lock in, and earn a monster deal, whether here or elsewhere. Or he could let ego and emotion derail what should be a superstar arc. OTA season is here, and all eyes are on who shows and who doesn't. Let's not kid ourselves. Voluntary workouts might be technically optional, but when your top edge rusher and your potential WR1 are both absent, that means something. We've seen this script before. Cam Hayward skipped last year's early sessions, showed up for OTAs, and then, boom, got his extension. The next pressure point? June 10th, when mandatory minicamp kicks off. If Watt and Pickens no-show that, the tension starts turning into headlines. Now let's address the wild card in all of this. Aaron Rodgers. The rumors, the speculation, the mystery. Rodgers has been linked to the Steelers ever since free agency began. Mutual interest, great fit. Still deciding. You've heard it all. But time's running short. Pittsburgh's quarterback room is, let's be honest, paper thin. Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Skylar Thompson. Not exactly a group built to survive the AFC North gauntlet. Rodgers is the dream, the missing piece, and ownership has been coy but suggestive. Art Rooney II has dropped subtle hints. And minority owner Thomas Tull? He went viral this week with a CNBC comment about Rodgers being more confusing than AI. Funny and a little too real. Here's the issue. The longer Rodgers stalls, the more Pittsburgh risks wasting this offseason. You can't build around uncertainty forever. The front office needs answers, and if Rodgers doesn't give them one soon, Plan B better be ready. And spoiler alert, that Plan B not looking great. Carson Wentz? Pass. Kirk Cousins via trade? Pricey and unlikely. Rodgers is still option A, but this window won't stay open long. Back to Pickens, though. Let's talk about what really matters here. His future. George is electric. He's got top 10 wide receiver talent right now, crazy catches, acrobatic footwork, and elite body control. But raw skill only takes you so far, especially in Pittsburgh, where culture matters. Right now, there's a battle between potential and professionalism. Is this the beginning of another Antonio Brown saga, or the moment Pickens grows up? Insider Jason Mackey thinks it could go either way. In fact, there's a growing belief that both sides could be eyeing a split after this season. The 2025 trade deadline might be Pickens' last stand in black and gold. But don't count him out just yet. This is where the DK Metcalf factor gets interesting. DK's arrival wasn't just about upgrading the receiver room. It might have been a strategic move to give George a mentor. Someone who's walked that same path, big attitude, raw dominance, early struggles, and came out better. Metcalf once had all the same red flags, taunting penalties, tantrums, distractions. But he figured it out. He matured. He got paid. Twice. And now he's a veteran with a paycheck that proves professionalism wins. Pickens now has a choice: soak up the wisdom or repeat the same mistakes. Let's be blunt. The only thing standing between George Pickens and a $30 million per year payday is himself. The skill is there. But if he keeps letting emotion overpower execution, he becomes the next Chase Claypool, a cautionary tale of wasted potential. And remember, Mike Tomlin's track record is crystal clear. Martavis Bryant, Antonio Brown, Claypool. If the drama outweighs the production, he moves on. No matter how talented you are, this is the year Pickens has to prove he can be a team-first professional. The Steelers want to win, but more importantly, they want to build something sustainable. That means leadership, consistency, and locker room chemistry. Pickens can be a part of that if he chooses to grow. Your turn, Steelers Nation. Where do you stand on the TJ Watt contract drama? Should Pittsburgh just back up the Brinks truck now? And with George Pickens, are you still on board or ready to explore trade options? Lastly, give us your